Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked Intentions, and we are talking about Revice episode 19. A little review recap as always. Lion V-stamp I just got there. I'll show that off real quick. Nice color there. I'm not going to activate it because my son is in the other room trying to take a nap, and another son right above him taking a nap, so shh. But yeah, so this is a really good episode. Finally we get a Hiromi focus episode, which people have been dying for. Funny choice of words. Um, just hold on. But yeah, for a while to get a good focus episode on him. But we get a nice focus episode. We have somebody who I guess was an Ultraman as an actor is in the show now as a Phoenix operative. And then the lady who played the Patron Thrigo, the pink one. Yeah, that's my kitty behind me there. Is also in it. Find out that they were both friends of Hiromi's when he first started training to be a part of Phoenix. And his the girl, the one that's Patron, I'll just call her Patron 3 from now. The pink Pod Ranger, she is infiltrating Oteka's cult, basically. So we get the scene in the beginning where she's clearly doing that, but it looks like there's something else going on there. We'll get to that. So, go on with the plot, and we have some good. They always do a good job of this show, having these nice little like slice of life parts of the episode where it just shows Icky at home with his family, like chilling, having a good time. One second here. I'm gonna turn this monitor on for my son here so I can make sure he's sleeping. Anyway, so we get a nice slice of life with Icky and his family, kind of recuperating after last fight, when he kind of pushed himself really hard and all that. And Vice asks if he can come out and he can eat. He's like, yeah, sure, why not? So he stamps himself and lets Vice take physical form. They're like, oh, Vice. And he's like, all right, I'm ready to eat. And he goes to grab some, and the mom and Crush is like, no. He's like, what? He's like, I still remember you trying to eat me, and you're not getting any food. He's like pleading with her. So Icky finally finds out from Daiji that Hiromi is like slowly dying by using that driver. We do find a lot more about the driver, that it basically has a demon inside of it. That's the face we keep seeing on it, that is sapping away at his life force to use it to transform. Every time he uses it, brings him a step closer to death, basically. A lot of people have theories online that the driver is some way that they're going to be bringing Gifu back to life. I could see that, but I really want Hiromi to stay as demon, so I'm hoping there's some way that he'll like kind of Necrom it and just like overcome the like weaknesses kind of thing. Because Necrom had a thing too where there was like he can only hold whatever form for so long, and then he had to untransform, and he eventually pushed past that. So I'm wondering if they're going to do a similar thing. I don't know for sure, but Hiromi's working with them, and he is upset because it seems as though his one friend, the guy, the one that was an Ultraman at some point, that he was is trying to like take the driver from Hiromi and like be demons and doesn't want him to do it. And so they're going back and forth with it and whatever. And at one point, Patron Thrigo, she puts this whole plan together and find out that she's evil, that she's being a double agent. And she set up a whole plan to get Icky and Vice away from Hiromi and have him by himself so that they could take him. So Oteka could take him as a sacrifice for Gifu. And so, that kitty cleaning herself back there? Great. Thank you, kitty. Yes. Anyway. Be decent. A few more scenes in between here and that, Sakura transforming and helping out and stuff like that. And near the end of it, we get some really good fight scenes, of course. Of course, Oteka finding a way to get away like he always does. His one friend, Hiromi's one friend, the Ultraman actor guy, I can't remember his character's name, tells him that the reason that he was trying to like take away the driver and everything was not because he wanted it, it's because he had heard that it was hurting Hiromi and he didn't want Hiromi to get injured, and he was willing to take it on himself so that Hiromi would be able to live, basically. Because it mentioned in the last episode, Hiromi's insides have been aged to the point of like an 80-year-old man because of using it. So, and at certain points in the episode, the driver actually talks to him. Oh yes, transform, Hiromi. Hiromi, let me feast on your soul. Blah blah blah. So, Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It also has the voice of I guess the Japanese actor, voice actor for Seito Kaiba in Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's kind of funny. Um, but yeah, so it's very interesting because he's like torn between like, is he truly gonna stick to the whole laying down his life if it means defeating whoever by like using the driver and hurting him, or what? He doesn't transform again in this episode, but we have the others helping out and everything, and kind of ends on sort of a cliffhanger. Sort of. I know that what's her name says that she's double crossing them, and then she leaves. His one friend's injured. He's kind of in danger, and will take us still at large, pretty much. And we also have Julio, another good part of this episode. Julio, and now he's going by Tamaki, that's his real name. Tamaki was not his friend's name. That was a mistake in the last review. Sorry about that. Uh, so Julio's going by his human name because he got separated from his demon. I forgot to mention that when he got defeated by Icky and Vice, they separated out his demon from him and destroyed it. So he's fully human now, and he's not even working with Oteka or really Aguilera at all. But he does approach Sakura to tell her, hey, maybe you can, talk to Aguilera and convince her to allow Ikki to separate out her demon form from her human form so she can live. Like, I want her to be alive. Like, she doesn't deserve to be used like this. And Sakura's hesitant at first, but she's like, whatever, I guess I'll try. And he actually starts it by, like, giving her a water bottle. Like, he's really trying to be a good person. I'm hoping Julio stays around for a while. I like his character. I don't know if he needs to be a rider necessarily, but as a nice support character, it'd be fun. So, anyway, she approaches Aguilera, and of course, Aguilera refuses. And I would never give this power, and blah blah blah. And they transform and fight, and actually, Sakura kind of kicks her ass until Oteka has to, step in and be a part of it. Um, but yeah, overall, a really good episode. I like getting the backstory with Hiromi. We get a really good scene with him and actually the commander guy that died. Because just before this scene takes place, his one friend of the trio, the one guy from Ultraman, mentions like, how could you have not realized that the commander wasn't the commander? You knew him so well. How did you didn't notice anything different? And he feels awful about that. And he never thought about it to that point. So it shows a backstory thing with him because they're questioning him. Daiji says to him, "How can you save someone's life if you're dead yourself?" And somebody made a meme of that showing Tenguchi Takaru from Kamen Rider Ghost, which is kind of funny. But anyway, so he has a moment of self-reflection and remembers a time that he was training still to be part of Phoenix. And he's talking to the commander guy, and he says, "What does it mean to you to be a hero?" He's kind of like struggling with what that means. And it eventually boils down to like, it's somebody that even though they might fail and have setbacks, that they still keep trying. They push past their limits to make themselves stronger and to help protect others. And I think that's kind of what he's seeing here. So I'm wondering if like next episode is going to have like a surprise connection and contract between him and the demon inside the demon's driver, and then it will stop trying to feed on him like a Venom situation, sort of. But I don't know for sure. I'm really worried about it. They could kill him off, but I just don't want to see the driver to go to somebody else, especially because it hurts people, unless that other person, this demon inside the driver, contracts with, and then it doesn't have to eat them anymore. Or maybe it can like eat the Giftarians, and that's enough for it to sustain itself or something. But some really good stuff here. Like I said, they're really doing a good job building up the plot arc here. Um, a good thing about this is I feel like we've finally sort of beaten the Reiwa um, story arc curse, where like in 01 it was a great first arc, and then as soon as right after that was the job competition arc, which isn't the best arc but not its strongest either. um and then similarly in Saber, there after that first arc it was kind of really kind of shoddy until like a little bit farther into it. So I'm happy that Revice has kind of bucked that trend and has so far had banger after banger pretty much from the start. There's not been a lot of filler episodes. They've focused really well on the characters. Everybody's super well written, even the female writer. Thank God. Um, yeah. One small thing I want to address. I feel weird addressing it because I feel like it's pretty illogical and something you shouldn't even have to think about. But you know, it's really weird that people think it's okay to ship the characters that are in Revice. For one, a majority of them are a family. You have Ikki, Daiji, Sakura, siblings. Mama and Daddy Igarashi, clearly married, and they're the parents, right? Hiromi, way older than everybody else. Same thing with George and pretty much anybody else in the show. I know we're getting that weird Talassa like hyper battle thing, and it looks like some weird wedding shit happening. Just stop. Just stop. I don't care what the age of consent in Japan. Apparently it's 13. I don't care. That's weirdo behavior. Stop it. Shipping is weird to me. It's always been the weirdest thing. It's different when you're just like, oh, I think this character and this character would be so sweet together. That's fine when you're thinking about it as a normal person. But when you're like forcibly in your mind putting a minor like Sakura together with an adult like Hiromi, that's called statutory, in my opinion. I get in Japan it would be different, but still, that's weird. Let's not be weird about things. We feel weird addressing that. But I know that maybe my comments aren't as lively as other content creators, but still, let's just not. Um, Overall, I'm very excited for the next episode. It shows Hiromi transforming with an explosion behind him, kind of in a similar pose to Forze, which is interesting because I think one of Forze's writers or something is working on this show, so I think it's probably an homage. Um, so interesting to see where that goes and how he overcomes that, or if this is like his final appearance and he's gonna die. Well, die. We'll see about that. Um, and yeah, so overall, I think I'd probably give the episode probably a strong 10 out of 10. It was a nice carryover from the previous episode. Gave us some more on Hiromi, his backstory, the Demon's Driver, how it works. George didn't mention it wasn't meant for him. Weird. Who is it meant for then, sir? Um, so, backstory on the driver, backstory on Hiromi, his friend, that whole connection, his reasoning why he wants to be a hero and all of that, and Ikki being a part of things as well and wanting to help. So I really did like the episode, and I'm really excited to see where the art goes going forward. As far as content coming up on the channel, I did, like I said, I got the Kuga V-Stamp, and also coming pretty soon will be the Forze one on Friday. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm hoping that the other stuff that I have that I got through Total Collectibles that's on my shop app will ship pretty soon. The Forze driver, like the what's it called? The Legend Makeover Edition Forza driver. Definitely going to do a Tokuto review on that. And the Demon's driver, absolutely a Tokuto review and demonstration video of what that thing does, because I'm really excited about that. I don't even know if it'll take batteries. I'll probably have to use a car battery to power that thing. Better really transform me into demons. But yeah, overall, really good episode. That's kind of a preview of some content coming up. I do have some other ideas swirling. A friend of mine and I might put together a kind of hybrid duo YouTube channel about Toku stuff, possibly. I haven't fully confirmed all that. We're trying to get together fairly soon to get some details down, but I also am moving houses. So, yeah, currently at my in-laws and working on that. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of this week's episode of Revice? Love to hear what you have to say. Do you love Hiromi? Do you hate him? Do you like his backstory? Do you not? Are you hoping he survives? Do you think it's just going to be a swappable driver to a bunch of different people? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But until next time, stay up, connections. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.